Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Mirikitani with another episode of Weighing In, brought to you by the good people at Nike Wrestling. Go to AthletePS.com for all of your gear, Resilite.com, best mats in the game, pure&clean sports.us for the best cleaning products in the game, joined by Mark Ostrander. While Grant Turner is on assignment out of the country. Mark, we had some technical difficulties, but we're going to try to fly through this. Let's get to the rankings and just talk a little bit. There were some minor upsets this week, nothing really crazy. We talked a little bit about Schubarth taking a loss, but he's had some inconsistency in the past. Christian Carroll is a guy that did not look good at national duels, but it feels like, hey, he's starting to figure out heavyweight. It's a win over Mirasola. Good for both ranking purposes. It will help him with seeding at the Big 12s, probably. It'll be interesting to see if Mirasola and Cochran now wrestle off. Kale's mentioned there'll be a wrestle off at 97 between Barr and Mirasola. So a lot of things to keep up there. And probably Carter Schubarth's had the best 8 or so days of anybody. Went from kind of off the board to win CKLV and then gets a top 5-6 win over Lenny Pinto. So I think that's kind of a very quick summary of things. Is there anything super critical that I missed?
No, I think you hit it right on the head. Not a lot happened this past week, but the last 10 days there has been a lot going on. So guys are moving, and CLVK just seems to do that every year.
Yeah. So let's get into, we're on Matt King's. We're looking at an ad. Now we're looking at the rankings. So not a lot of changes at 25. Vincent Robinson is technically here one. It's 1-1-3 versus 2-2-1. I don't know why Open Mat has Sheldon Seymour at 2. That's kind of crazy to me. No change in the top 10 or 12. So when you clicked off, I mentioned Kyler Larkin is scheduled to wrestle Zan Fugitt this weekend. Talk about an absolute dichotomy of body styles. That should be a very interesting match. The duel itself is not a highlight, but that match is a highlight. No big changes. I'm sorry, go ahead. Without a doubt, that's going to be an interesting match. Two completely different styles of wrestling. Two border brawlers, too.
And Fugitt came out of nowhere last year because he had a decent year, but he was losing the guys that you thought he'd lose to. And then at Nationals, he just got hot and put on a clinic. So, yeah, it should be fun. 49, no major changes. Caleb Tyus and Elijah Rivera up there kind of where they were, last week. 57, not a lot of changes. 65. Will Denny moves up. Patty Gallagher moves down based on that dual meet result. 74. Carson Kartsla and Singleton flip spots. So, that's not super critical, but it does help Ohio State because when we were talking about team points, that second tier, fourth is worth a little bit more than fifth, more so than the 1 point. Yep.
84, no major changes. 97, no major changes. This was the kind of week, Mark, that you and I used to beg for when we were ranking stuff.
Correct.
Feldman and Trumbull flip-flop, same thing. So the team race, which I think we talked about, Intermat's got Penn State ahead of Ohio State by half a point. Flo's got Penn State in third. I will try to very quickly summarize for the watchers because we want to get into the picks, what we're both saying, but please chime in if I'm wrong. That Penn State is sort of maxed out at 4 weights, 25, 49, 65, 74. They're ranked first at the weights 2, 3, and 4, and second at 25. And we feel like they have significant upside at 33 with Blaze, significant upside at 57 with Duke, significant upside at 97, where they're ranked outside of the top 8 right now, and no one believes if Josh Barr is healthy, he's not at the worst a top 3 guy. Also at 41, it feels like they've got some options. Maybe Nagao, if he comes back, wouldn't be shocked if they pulled Braden Davis out of redshirt, and Nathan Desmond must have been a monster 125-pounder when he beat Luke Lillidow because he had a good win against Wyoming at 141.
He did.
And here's the thing about being in Penn State's room, Mark. You got to get in the lineup when you can get in the lineup. Because you might say, well, next year is going to be this. Well, guys want a portal there and guys want to be recruited there. So if you can wrestle, you need to wrestle.
Yep, I agree 100%. In fact, that's the way a lot of these schools are operating right now. I think Oklahoma State's doing the same thing. They're going to put out their best guys, no matter if they're freshmen or they're just graduating from high school semester. They're going to put out their best team, and because you only get one shot at this, because you never know what's going to happen the next year. So use your best lineup.
I agree. And I also think that you're seeing a lot. Well, first of all, these coaches are getting paid an inordinate amount of money. We talked about this yesterday. Their job is not to grow wrestling. Their job is to grow their programs and to win. Alumni want to see their guys win in their uniforms. And then I think the second part of it is you're seeing less of these 6th, 7th year guys working out. Like, you know, I mean, like DJ Hamady was a 4-for-4 guy. He just transferred. Yep. Hendrickson was a 5-for-4 guy, but most heavyweights redshirt their first year. I mean, that's standard operating procedure, just to let them fill out a little bit more. So anyway, a couple of really great duels on the schedule this weekend. Friday night is North Carolina, Nebraska. That's kind of an interesting duel. North Carolina's wrestling better. Saturday, we mentioned Arizona State, Wisconsin. I'm very interested in seeing 133 there. North Dakota State, Penn State, and Penn State, Stanford. I'm interested in those duels for the historical significance of that, plus like 149 Valencia and Van Ness. Tyler Knox against Blaze, I think, is really interesting, Mark.
Yep.
Hunter Garvin wrestles Messenbrink.
Yes.
I believe. 57, trying to see if, Daniel Cardenas and PJ Duke. So This is where guys can start moving up. They said Josh Barr is making the trip. So Angelo Posada has been wrestling pretty well. He for Penn State. He had Cody Merrill beat in Gallagher. So that'll be interesting to see there. So there's a couple matches there that really are sort of interesting. But the historical significance where they can break the dual meet winning streak. Then on Sunday, so Cornell wrestles Illinois, Mark. I highlighted that one on my notes because we'll see if we get Vince Cornella and if we get Meyer Shapiro. Okay. So that's interesting to keep an eye on. North Carolina at UNI. And then the two duels we want to talk about, the two duels we want to talk about are Oklahoma State at Nebraska, which is a rematch. Iowa State at Ohio State. Now, Ohio State wrestles, it is the second duel, okay? They wrestle Little Rock first. I will bet you $1,000 that McCrone wrestles the first round and that Bouzakis wrestles the second round. Any chance I'm wrong on that?
Probably not. They're experimenting right now. They're trying to – I'm not sure it's the right thing to do because I think sooner or later you're going to have to put Nick out after a 2-hour weigh-in, and you need to find out if he can do it. And, this is when you want to find out. I mean, you can't just hold it until – you don't want to do it at the Big Tens. You don't want to do it against, Penn State. He's got to get used to wrestling when he's making weight. And I know he's cutting a lot of weight, and it's probably a big cut for him, but he's not going to get the luxury of sitting for 4 or 5 hours before he wrestles after he weighs it.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate with you.
Okay.
Big Tens are going to be hard, okay? But let's just say he gets through Big Tens. Maybe he doesn't wrestle great. That's a really good weight class in the Big Ten as well. But you get the nationals, okay? He's a top 5, 8 seed, which he probably should be unless he has a disastrous Big Ten. He's going to get a 25 or worse seed first round. So you figure he can get through that. Then he gets a ton of food in him.
Yep.
Okay, then even if he's an 8, he's going to wrestle the 9, and fully fed Nic Bouzakis is beating the number 9 guy. I don't really care who it is. Okay. The hard match for him is going to be Friday morning.
The quarters, yeah.
Right. But even if you figure, okay, even if he loses that match, he only has to win one match to be an All-American. I'm not sure you do need to see how good he does in all these 2-hour weigh-ins, because a lot of these duels, what Kevin Dresser said was, if the coaches can't agree, you draw. You flip a coin.
Yeah.
You have 50-50 chance you're going to win. And, I mean, the other coach should pick 125 because that's the one guy in Ohio State's lineup that looks like he's cutting a truckload of weight. But if you have Macron with you on the trip and you lose the coin flip, you just wrestle Macron.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Bouzakis' record is, and I don't want to take us down a wrestle stat wormhole here, but he'll have enough matches to have an RPI to be, to qualify for gold, silver, bronze. Like, he will have those matches. So, okay. So if you're not watching and you're only listening, we have Iowa State and Ohio State on the board, courtesy of our guys at Matt Kings. Thank you, Christian Thompson. Thank you, Luca and Zane Pagliai, for putting this together. So here are the matchups. Poulin, Bouzakis, Frost, Divino, Echemendia, Mendez, Frost, Styles, Zerbin, Cannon, Riggins or Uten against Gallagher, Gaitan, Karchla, Isaac Dean, Fishback, Rocky Elam, Giag, Bastida, Feldman. So we're okay. We have a half an hour. We want to pick this duel, and we want to pick Oklahoma State, Nebraska. I already have GT's picks for this. Okay. Do you want to, let's do this just to make it faster. You pick this entire duel first, and I will pick the entire other duel first.
Okay.
Just so we can, I think that'll be less disruptive.
Okay. Second match of the day, 4-hour wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Nic Bouzakis over Stevo Poulin. If it was a 2-hour weigh-in first match, I'd take Poulin probably right now.
Okay. Tech major decision.
I'm just going to say a decision.
Okay. 33.
Divino by major.
41.
Mendez by major.
49.
I'm going to take Frost by a decision.
Okay. 57.
Vinny Zerbin by a decision.
Oh, welcome. Welcome to the Vinny Zerbin bandwagon, Mark. There's room for you.
Yeah,
we cleared a few books off so to make space for you.
I like him. I like the way he wrestles right now. I just hadn't seen him enough, and what I've seen this year is I'm impressed.
Yes, sir. 65.
I'm going to take Gallagher.
Okay. 74.
Take Karchla by a decision.
84.
You got to go. We're stuck. I don't see the names.
Sorry. Fishback team.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take this is going to be a good match. I'm going to take Fishback by decision. Then I'm going to take Rocky by major and Bastida by decision.
Okay. So you have it 6-4.
Yep.
And you have it Iowa State with 13 and Ohio State with 20. Okay. Do you want to know what GT picked?
If you want to tell me.
Of course.
Awesome.
He has Bouzakis by major. He has Frost winning at 33. He has Mendez at 41, 49 Frost, 57 Vinny, 65 Uten, although I think he would flip if he knew it was Riggins, to be fair. Okay. 74 and 84 and 97 heavyweight, he agrees with you.
Okay.
Like exactly. Like Ohio State, Iowa State major, Iowa State decision. Okay, so I'm going to go with GT at 25 and go Bouzakis by major. Like, I watched what he did to Dean Peterson, and I'm like, that's brutal. I will agree with you at 33, but just by decision. I think I was on the Ben Divino train a little before anybody else was on this podcast, so I'm going to go with that. I think you're right at 41, but I think it's like a close major. Would you agree with that?
I would.
Okay. I like Frost at 49. I like Vinny at 57. So I'm going to agree with you there. So far, the only thing we're the same except for like 1 point. So, at 65, I think you're right. I mean, I don't know how you do anything else at that point, but with no Connor Uten, I just think Gallagher's better than Riggins.
I think Gallagher, I'm going to say if Uten's in, the way he moves right now with that knee brace on, I would take Gallagher anyway.
Probably, but I think it's a closer match if he's
healthy. I do too.
Okay. And then the last four, I'm going to just agree with you guys. Okay. I think and maybe this is fine. We went really fast here. Maybe I think we can do which is fine because I think the Oklahoma State Nebraska match is terribly interesting. Okay, so I have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have it 6-4 with the last two podcast guests, and I have it the same score as you, Mark. I just have the major at 25 and not at 33.
Okay.
So there's not going to be really any wings bets here. There's not enough there's like almost zero differentiator. I mean, GT would be on the line. Okay. I would tell you what Grant picked, but let's put Oklahoma State, Nebraska in here.
Okay.
And we did a very poor job of managing time, so we can get in this way better. Or way more detail. Okay. All right. So let's read these off for people. First, we can slow down a little bit. Nebraska is unranked at 25. Might be Lauritsen against Spratley. Van D against Ramirez. Brock Hardy Vega. Chance Lamer. This is interesting. We don't know if we get Chance Lamer. Okay. Swiderski. Now the semester is over, so I think we'll get him.
Okay.
Anshel Taylor Robidoux, great match. LJ Arujao Lockett. Christopher Minto Facundo. That was the one where Facundo got like a really shaky call. All Red Ryder 9 and 10. Cam McDaniel beat Merrill last time and Ferrari Doucette. So to review last time in reverse order, Ferrari beat Doucette, McDaniel beat Merrill, All Red beat Ryder, Facundo beat Minto, Lockett won, but didn't wrestle Arujao, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Anshel Taylor did not wrestle Robidoux. Swiderski did not wrestle Lamer. Vega absolutely killed Brock Hardy. I honestly don't remember what happened at 33. I'd have to go look it up. And Spratley 125. So anyway, here's how GT has it. It was sitting alongside me. He's got Spratley by he got Spratley by tech fall. He has Van D by all the rest are these decisions, okay?
Okay.
He's got Van D, he's got Vega, he's got Lamer, he's got Robidoux, Lockett, Minto, Ryder, McDaniel, and AJ. So he has it 17-15 Oklahoma State, excuse me.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just talk a little bit, Mark, because we're doing good on time. There are a bunch of matchups that I would consider toss-ups here, okay? You tell me if you agree. I think Brock Hardy Vega, even though it was lopsided, I don't think will be again. I think it'll be a 1 or 2 scramble match. Do you agree?
Agreed.
Anshel Taylor Robidoux, we never saw it. And if Anshel Taylor was probably wrestling the worst he's ever wrestled, Robidoux's been absolutely killing it. But again, if the defending national champ beats a true freshman, that's not an upset.
Correct.
Okay, but Robidoux's ranked higher.
Correct.
LJ Arujao Lockett, I mean, I think Lockett's a favorite, but an upset is inside the margins. Would you agree with that?
Boy, Lockett's looked really good. I haven't seen enough of Arujao to figure out if he can wrestle. his speed and the points he can put up, I would say that would be an upset.
Okay, that's fair. Minto Facundo, absolute toss-up. It was like an overtime match last time.
Correct.
Silas Allred Ryder was an overtime or 1-point match. Cam McDaniel, Merrill's ranked higher, but McDaniel beat him.
Yep.
And Ferrari beat Doucette close, but I just can't figure out how Doucette's going to score any offensive points on him.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
But in other words, we realistically would say 41, 57, 74, 84, 97 are toss-ups. Would you agree?
Agreed, and I'd probably put in 133 as a toss-up. I think neither guy has proven yet this year that they belong on the podium, but Ramirez has shown signs of being really good at times. So I would say that's a toss-up.
Okay, and so then if we say all those are toss-ups, I have to go back through and go, okay, where's the non-toss-ups? So Oklahoma State's favorite at 25, right?
Correct.
49's weird. If it's Lamer, I would imagine he has to be a favorite the way Swiderski's wrestling. And if Lamer's not wrestling as poorly as Swiderski's wrestling for his resume, excuse me, he's still the favorite, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then we think Lockett's a favorite, and we think Ferrari's a favorite.
Correct.
So let's just say, to keep it interesting, that Lamer wrestles. So Lamer and Ferrari, Lockett, Spratley. Well, let's not talk bonus, just wins. We'll get into bonus later. Those sort of cancel each other out.
Okay.
Okay, so this thing is so crazy the way this could go. So I guess I'm going first, and I probably should have you go first on this one because I feel like this one is a lot harder to pick. Because I think we're going to have some disagreement. We might land on the same team scores.
We might.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take Spratley by major.
Okay.
I will take Van D. Something in my brain that says Brock Hardy's going to win this match. Probably stupid, but I'm going to take him. I'm going to take Lamer. I'm assuming he's eligible. You know what? I'm going to take Vega. But I'm going to take Antro.
You haven't made it very far, David, and you're already switching your picks.
All
Come
right,
on, I'll be positive.
I've got Antrell Taylor.
You did major him last time, David. I don't know why you're worried about it.
I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm just, well, listen, there's a couple things. Nebraska wrestled like freeze-dried crap on Saturday. The entire team did, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think they went like 3-17. Okay, that was also basically a home meet for Oklahoma State. They're now going to Nebraska. By the way, sidebar, as soon as Oklahoma State announced that they were going to this meet, I'm like, they do not care about the Hall of Fame duels at all. Like, they're not even going to stay in town and recruit their own meet. I was like, all right, it's time to boogie. So, just sidebar for my life. 74, I do think Minto gets that one. 84, man, that's such a close match. It's like, I think it comes down to who rides better. Like, I mean, I think Ryder's easier to wrestle the second time you felt him, Mark, because of that underhook series. And like, okay, because he's not Hidley. Like, Hidley doesn't matter even if you know. Like, you're still going to get hit in it. All right, I'm going to take Nebraska, and I'm going to take Oklahoma State at 97, and I'm going to take Nebraska at heavyweight. And I have it, this is nuts, I have it 18-13. No, I'm sorry, 18-13, Nebraska. I believe that's right. I have Nebraska winning 1 match, 2 match, 3 match, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
So is Vega, did you pick Vega to win?
I did.
Okay. So that's one of their 4 wins?
I have Vega winning, Ladarian winning, Spratley winning, and Merrill winning. But there's several I didn't pick, which I don't feel great about.
Okay.
Like Ronnie Ramirez could certainly win. I think this is fair, but I will throw myself on the mercy of you. I would like to say if it's not Lamer, then I would pick Oklahoma State.
Okay.
I think that's fair, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Not a doubt.
Okay. Well, I'm not like, well, it depends if he has a headache. I just like who's actually wrestling.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do my picks now, David, because you're not going to be overly surprised. I am going to take Spratley by a tech.
Okay.
I am going to take Van Dies by decision.
All right.
I am going to take Brock Hardy by decision.
Okay. I like it.
Well, they're wrestling at Nebraska, and Brock Hardy is just a gamer. He's done it for years.
I was thinking that way. I agree with you.
He's done it 2 years in a row. He just keeps getting better, and one loss is not going to deter him. He's just going to be hungrier. I'm going to take Brock Hardy to pull the minor upset there. I'm going to take Swiderski from Oklahoma State. I think even if Lamer's wrestling, Lamer's first time out at Nebraska, I think Swiderski is fighting for his life just to keep his job there. So I'm going to give him every opportunity to do it.
Quick sidebar tied to that. Tegan Jamison I'm hearing will be healthy second semester. Okay. And he killed himself, literally cut his underwear off to make 141. So 149 might be a thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. I am going to take Antrell Taylor, returning national champ, to beat Rabadou by decision. I think he's really good at a lot of things, and I'm really impressed with Rabadou. I really am. But at home, I'm going to take Antrell Taylor. I'm going to take D. Lockett to win. I'm going to take Minto to win by a decision. I'm going to pick Zach Ryder to beat Allred. He just hasn't impressed me. I'm going to take Cody Merrill to beat McDaniels. He has not impressed me yet this year. And then I'm going to take AJ to win at heavyweight. So I think I have it 5-5.
You do.
But I think Oklahoma State will win on
so you have the same team score as GT. Okay. Mm-hmm. But here's where you're different. You guys flip-flopped 41 and 49.
Yep.
And you guys flip-flopped 57 and 97.
Okay.
But what's very interesting is all of us have Nebraska winning 5 matches. I have them winning 6. But I mean, when you compare that to how the duel went, it's significantly different, right?
Well, it is. But like you said, Lamer was not in there at the time. Antrell did not wrestle. So, I mean, it does make a difference. I think they'd resign themselves after getting mollywopped by Ohio State that this is not going to be a great Saturday for us. So,
yeah, I don't want to say you've had days like that, because most of the days I watched you coach, your team was really good. But I've seen my dad have days like that as a coach, and me as a part of it. But I'm not trying to disassociate myself from that. But I was never a head coach. But there are days of positive and negative momentum. I feel like Nebraska had something crazy going on Juju last year from like the 3rd session on.
Yeah.
I mean, like Cam McDaniel was like a 15 or an 18 seed or something in place. Van D was the same sort of thing. Like Antrell Taylor was not the guy you thought would win nationals. I mean, and he controlled Meyer Shapiro. Like that was.
Yep. I mean, he was the number 3 seed, which give him credit. He had a good year, but I think everybody had Shapiro winning that match and didn't think it was going to be real competitive. We thought it'd be a good match, but Shapiro's got so much stuff that he can use, and he just got absolutely beat down. Antrell was an absolute beast compared to him, physical.
And Ridge Levitt closed the deal, and it always felt like, hey, he might be the best guy. I think we always felt like he was the best top guy in the weight, but when you go to 3-point takedowns, that best top guy advantage literally gets cut in half or certainly minimized.
Yeah,
but he figured it out. He was able to stop Caleb Henson from getting a takedown. And I think he beat Van Ness, like killed Van Ness in the semis. Yeah. Like, I think he dang near majored him or did. So, I mean, that duel is fascinating to me, Mark, in a lot of ways. Like, I was bringing up the thing about having a bad day. And, like, I asked Tom Ryan, if you're Mark Manning, what do you do with that film? And he gave a very politically correct answer, like, hey, it's a great program, this and that. But you do watch the film, and you do learn from it. Now, the question is, do you watch the film right then? And I guess I'm showing my age by calling it film and not video. But, you watch the matches. But maybe you wait, right? Like, maybe you go, okay, let's just get through Thanksgiving. We know when this duel is coming. We don't need to be preparing for these guys specifically a month out. We have other matches in between.
Yep.
I think what's interesting, if you look at our picks, we all agree that Oklahoma State's going to get off to a hot start with some sort of bonus at 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if they can hold it to a major or a decision, that almost feels like a win for Nebraska.
Yep.
Bradley sometimes does not attack as much as he should when he's clearly the better guy. We all pick Van D, but you said it correctly. Like, Ronnie Ramirez is, he got the first takedown against Rick Ayala and took him to overtime.
Yep.
The 41 match is really interesting to me, right? Because, like, here's the thing. You, me, and GT do not have consensus at 41, 49, 57, 84, or 97. So if either one of those teams can win, well, one of those teams is going to win 2 out of 3 there by definition, if not all 3.
Yep.
I mean, that very well could decide the duel. So I can't wait to see 57. I really can't wait to see the rematch of 41. Like, I think I'm going to be interested to 2 things of Brock Hardy, how he plays this. Number one, and one leads into the other. I don't think you should shoot head outside on Vega, okay? Especially early, okay? And number 2 is if you're not, like, I think you're better off if Vega shoots on you, especially as good at counter offense scrambling as Brock Hardy is. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. The second part is if you don't shoot and it's 0-0, do you pick down? Because we saw that's how Vega beat Ryan Jack. And so then if you pick neutral, can you ride Vega for a minute and not get reversed? Or is it more or less you're going, okay, I'm going to try to go forward. I'm going to try to get edge of the match stalling calls. I'm going to try to get it to overtime. Like, you were a great coach. Like, if you're coaching, we'll start with Brock Hardy. What would your game plan be?
Go out and wrestle the way you wrestle. He's one of the best scramblers in college right now. Has been for the last 2 years. He got out scrambled.
He got killed.
He got out scrambled and he got killed. But you can't stop his way of wrestling because that's why he's as good as he is.
Okay, but do you adjust those? Like, do you adjust?
Sure, you're going to do some little adjustments, but you're still going to get in positions where you're comfortable and you know you can score points. You can't just shut down and try not to do anything until the third period and hope to get a 1 minute ride out. Or, ride them for a minute and get that point. Because that usually doesn't work.
Do you pick down if it's 0-0 and you have to pick?
I would. Because he's hard to ride. Nobody else is. I mean, he's beaten the number 1 ranked kid before. He beat him all last year. And he didn't change the way he wrestled. He just wrestled. And that's the thing. You just got to go out and do what you do best. And if that's not good enough, it's not good enough. You don't stop wrestling and try to figure out where you're going to be in the last minute of the match to try to win it. This is a dual meet. This is not the NCAAs. NCAAs, it may be a whole different picture. If you're trying to make it into the finals and they're in the semis, you may have a strategy at that time and you're going to go by it. But right now in a duel, go out and wrestle your style. We'll fix the things that we're doing wrong. We'll get in a little different positions. We'll tweak it here and tweak it there. But you've got to be out there doing what you do best. And that's just chaos. He's one of those wrestlers that he wrestles really well in chaos in all positions. And he comes out 99% of the time he's going to come out on top. Let him do that again. He's got a feel for him now. He kind of understands what he's getting into. Let it fly. That's just my opinion.
It's good advice. Cannon, Webster, Myers, Shapiro.
Cannon, Webster right now. I haven't seen Myro wrestle this year, and Cannon Webster's really impressive.
So I tend to lean that way, right? But that's massive. It's sort of massive either way, right? Because again, it's the handcuff thing, right?
Yep.
So Illinois is not loaded at 49. I would love to see like a Jackson Joy, skill-wise, a Jackson Joy, Lucas Bird, if like they were in the same weight class.
Sure.
But that's not the case. I don't know if there's a ton of other great matchups there. I mean, 41's like Puccino, Cornella. So I don't know that that's like.
It's a good match.
Fugitt, Larkin. I am abstaining because both the kids were in my event.
Yeah. I'm going to take Larkin just because he puts you in a lot of positions you're not used to being in. And until Fugitt's felt it once, probably is not going to feel real good. So I'm going to take Larkin the first time. Not that it won't change.
Not that it doesn't feel real good. Okay, I'm going to tell you a funny story before we go. Okay? It's tied to wrestling. So I talked to Pritz. I said, hey, what are you guys doing about the Larkin Jackson Joy match? And Lee's really fairly transparent with me. And I almost never repeat it, but this is just a funny story. He's like, well, we had to first figure out what he was doing. He goes, so we showed the video. He goes, and then we found a video where Jackson Joy said he learned it at an Eric Larkin wrestling camp.
That's pretty good.
So he goes, we asked Eric Larkin, how do you stop it? And he goes, I just know how to teach it. I don't know how to stop it. I thought you would think this is funnier than apparently you do.
Yeah, I do.
I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
So I do think
at least one thing, when I used to teach things, I had a not necessarily how you stop it, but I figured out ways you could stop it, but it's not easy to do.
Well, the best moves are to stop, right?
Remember Stevie Williams and his move that he did?
Yeah.
I mean, he hit it on me in practice once, and it absolutely choked you out. You were done. And I was beating him 14-0, and he's whining and crying underneath. He goes, I dare you to let me up, try to score on you. And I'm just laughing at him because I'm just playing with him. I said, all right, 20 seconds left in the 7-minute match. I just let him go. I go, do what you want. And he popped that head down and put me in that thing. And, dude, I was pinned so fast, you wouldn't even imagine. And I, at the time, didn't know how to stop it. I do now. So I learned how you stop it. Cause I watched how you do it. You got to peel the hand off that far arm. So when you come and you lock up and he grabs that arm, you've got to peel that hand off that arm because he doesn't have the pressure without that. When he keeps it and he rolls, he tightens that thing up and takes you over the top. But yeah, it's
well, the other thing is what you're saying. It's kind of like chess, like the horse who jumps too forward and like saying it and knowing it and doing it.
It's
and
two
doing
different things.
Super high, fast speed.
Yeah.
But the first thing you do have to do is know how to stop it, right?
Yeah.
Like that. The moral of the story is that.
Yeah.
I know you got to get to work. This has been fun. I'll be very interested to see how our picks go. But also, very quickly, I'm running Fab 50 duels this weekend, so very excited about that. We've got Wyoming Seminary, Massillon Perry, Pontigansett, Greens Farms, St. Joe's, Montvale, North Hunterdon, Del Barton, and a squad from Blair. I don't think it'll be all their starters, but some of their guys. But 7 of the teams are ranked in the top 49. So very proud of that.
Where's that at, David?
At North Hunterdon High School, New Jersey. So if they're in the New Jersey area, there's going to be 1 duel Friday night, and there'll be 5 rounds of duels on Saturday. So North Hunterdon's hosting Blair on Friday night, and then that essentially is one of the 5 rounds on Saturday that we pulled it out. So then Hunterdon's free first round, so Coach Bell can help us. If anybody knows sort of New Jersey wrestling, Dave Bell from Bergen is now the coach of North Hunterdon, has been an absolute great host. Shout out to Brian Stoll from Del Barton, too, who's helped us. We had to move the tournament from the Poconos to New Jersey very quickly, and these guys made it. They're great partners. And then the last thing on my end is Border Brawl just made an agreement with Jocko Fuels as not only a product sponsor, but a financial partner. We're very excited to have them on board, and we want to help them grow their business as much as they're helping ours. So we'll probably eventually get them as a sponsor of the podcast. I think that'll make sense to give them some more publicity. And those guys have been great to work with. And Jocko's obviously the guy himself has a military background, which fits in 100% with the work I do that you know. So we're excited about this weekend, and we're excited about that partnership. I mean, it's pretty meaningful when you get a company that's got like 2 million Instagram followers. Sure. You know, we're working on doing a podcast in January with Randy and Jason Nolf, who's one of the brand ambassadors for Jocko. So I think that'll be really fun.
Okay.
So, all right, man, stay safe on the train. We'll probably talk Sunday and see how right or wrong our picks are. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. Have a great day.
So